Oh, hello. Happy whatever day it is that you are watching this vid. We're talking about the Squid Games. Obviously, there are spoilers galore. So if you haven't seen it yet, boo. So, you know, a lot of people are talking about the Squid Game, and I thought maybe I would pull some tarot cards to see if anything comes up. Maybe add a little different perspective to the dialogue. So here's what I thought was interesting about the show. It's a lot. It's a lot. There are many things. We have nostalgia, we have cleanliness, we have mass death, we have love, we have sex, we have survival, we have money, we have family, we have so many things that we're playing upon with this one moment. It's so clean and beautiful. It's such a visually pleasing, colorful, ornate show to witness. And then you have the nostalgia of these games where, as a child, in your head, you're playing these games and you're thinking it is a life or death experience. It is a life or death moment. This is life or death. I have to win this because my life depends on it. And to, as an adult, see it played out like what we envisioned as a child playing games is like, I love this, I resonate with this, but also, oh my. There's cultural moments. Obviously, I am American, I am not Korean, so there's some cultural things that were interesting to observe. There's also a fuck you to the white man. There's homoeroticism. It's like, there's so much going on in this show. The apropos timing of it, in the sense of who wouldn't, in this day and age, take an opportunity to win some money to help with your stability. You're in a place where you're saying, this money will put me in a place where I will be able to see my own future. This money will provide me an opportunity to live the future that I actually crave. This money will give me the bliss, the ability to live the life that is void of the negative karmic choices that have got me to this place. So we can all resonate with the fact that if we play a game where sure, people will die. Sure, people will die. People die all the time, hashtag COVID. I'll be able to, because I know that I will win, I will be able to actually live the life that I want. I'll be able to live the life that I crave. Take some meditation time after you watch this show. Which character did you resonate with most? Which character made you feel the most? Which character made you want to play? Which character did you want to not win? Which character were you rooting for? What game would be the hardest? What would you do with the money? What did you feel after witnessing so much death? Do you believe that what they were doing is morally correct? Do some meditation time in your generics. Start generically and then get more specific as to what your like main moment of takeaway is from consuming this pop culture phenomenon. Queen of Pentacles. In this meditation, clock the container of which you are trying to ground. Why are you watching this show in the first place? What distraction is being provided to you? How do you wish that you could be more grounded in your feminine pentacled container? Pentacles are earth energy. Groundedness. Femininity, love, Mother Earth, flowers. This is nature. This is our bodies. Do some meditation on how this is making you feel about your femininity. Ooh, the misogyny in that show. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. The way that they wrote the female characters. It's hard to watch. Maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe it's a collective moment of we're still not at a place where men and women are equal. They could have written the storyline where top 3, the female prevails. They could have written that. It would have been a completely different show. It would have been a completely different narrative. It would have been a completely different dialogue. And here we are, still at this moment where the world is consuming the dialogue where the female has to use her body in order to succeed. The female is deranged, is crazy. The female cannot win. The female cannot win because of unforeseen circumstances. The female didn't even get a chance to fight to win. If you won, if you happen to find yourself in a place where you are actually a member of the Squid Game, and or you find yourself in a moment where you are afforded $45 million, what would you do? What would you do? What can you do in that energy? Whatever the answer was to the question that I just asked, whatever you thought in your head, do some meditation on what that life looks like. Do some meditation on what that life looks like so that you can then say, oh, well, I actually don't need $45 million to achieve that energy. I can build that energy myself. The Fool is the very first card in the Journey of the Arcana. This is tomfoolery. It is time to be foolish. It is time to dive. It is time to run into something that is profoundly new and fresh and something that you never believed that you could do. Something that is aligning to watch as an observer of that show is that you see all of these characters, 456 characters, walk into the unknown with pure hope. They said yes, they blindly said yes to something because of possibility. And then they returned knowing the sacrifices that were to be made. Then they returned knowing the risk. There was a profound, tangible leap of faith that was taken from these contestants. If you are consuming this video, it is time to get creatively organized. It is time to call upon your foolish action. It is time to say yes to the unknown. It is time to blindly step into a room and play a game. It is time to play. You won't know until you try. You won't know until you actually start. Upside down, 7 of Pentacles. This is understanding that what you have is actually enough to achieve what you are trying to kickball change into. You have everything you need to accomplish what your dream is. It's all here for you. You don't need to watch a show. You don't need to win $1 million. You don't need to go to an island and fight for your life. This is, what's happening in this card is you have a moment where you have exalted one pentacle of clarity, one chicken nugget of clarity, and you have 6 more chicken nuggets waiting to be discovered, waiting to be found, based off of this one chicken nugget that you've already have. Look at there's also kind of a sadness of like, oh, there's only one in there. Oh. Oh, what? I've only found one. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I don't deserve to be doing this. Ooh, maybe I can't do this. Shut the fuck up and keep going. Keep going. Find the rest of the magical nuggets. 7 is a magical number. Upside down, you haven't even found the 1 because you haven't even started yet. Exalt. The ignition of organized creativity so that you can say yes to what your profound future is, to what your foolish future is. The future that is the adventure that you have been genuinely asking for. The future that is the container of which you are meant to be grounded to. Meditation is what is going to help you exalt this. Say yes to extravating your coin. Say yes to fighting for your coin. Say yes to bliss and harmony, emotional stability. Say yes to traversing your emotions so that you have clarity into your emotional water so that you know what to water on earth. I think it is profoundly apropos that this show came out post-COVID. We are desensitized to death. We are a globe desensitized to mass death. There are people actively, blindly fighting the genuine trauma that we have endured through COVID. That is manifesting in resistance to change, manifesting in resistance to safety, manifesting in resistance to a sense of community, a sense of collective survival. You are choosing to witness profound trauma, profound death by watching the Squid Game. Maybe because you haven't done the meditative work to love, healthily compartmentalize how you actually feel about death. The moment of transformation is the 9 of Swords. There's a lot going on with this card. And then the Fool upside down. So here we are again with an opportunity to clock into something new. This is the 9 of Swords. Swords is air energy, life, breath, movement, travel, communication. So we have 2 lighthouses, one on land, one being consumed by water, with a city and a god and a crow, or an eagle, whatever you want to say. This is our emotional pillar. This is our grounded pillar. This is the community in which we are Kipal changing in. This is our awareness. This is our spirituality. From just looking at this card, which do you identify? Are you consumed by water? Are you on land, aware? Are you in the community? Are you flying above, playing in other? Are you searching for this? Are you searching for feminine sun? A reprieve from our mind is necessary. A reprieve from our internal thoughts is necessary. We are only existing from our own brains. And I don't know about you, but often I get fatigued from my own thoughts. And being able to turn off my thoughts is very helpful. Oftentimes, I don't like my thoughts. I don't like hearing myself. Oftentimes, my thoughts are not nice. And I find that when I catch myself consuming trauma, when I catch myself being desensitized to abuse, to death, to the antithesis of love, it is because I haven't spent enough time with my meditative soul. I haven't spent enough time meditating and just being in a positive energy, in a positive vibration. Why did you watch this show? Because the world told you to? Because Netflix suggested it to you? Because watching people die was a way for you to escape from your own traumatic thoughts yourself? Just be aware of your consumption. Be aware of your consumption of negativity. We all have choice. We can choose to consume ourselves in the vibration of positive love and light and joy and harmony and music and comedy and community and nature. Or we can choose to retreat into our isolation, our binge, our trauma. If you are someone who found yourself watching Squid Games, not knowing truly what it was, and then once you realized what it was, you kept going and finished the series, and felt many ways about it, and it like lingered with you and was really heavy and made you kind of irritable and snappy and not great. Do some work in just writing down your thoughts. This is the Knight of Swords. This is action towards communication. Write out your thoughts about just sadness. About your physical sadness. About what is triggering sadness about your physical environment. Get them out of your head. Write them down. Upside down meaning you can't maintain all of this negativity inside of you. It's been stirred up by this show and it wants to exit. It wants to come out. This is a writing prompt. This is a free-form journaling, if you will. Also, you don't have to write. You can film yourself talking. You can just talk out loud. You can talk to a friend about this. It doesn't have to be writing. It just wants to get out of your head. You can paint this. You can dance it. Get this out, okay? Action towards communicating your life, specifically how you are frustrated with your groundedness, how you're frustrated with your physical home, with your physical, with what you physically have. Then this is going to lead you to King of Cups. This is going to lead you to your deep sea. Start by writing what is frustrating about your physical presence, and then this will lead to your emotional presence. Don't stop. Don't be afraid. You're just letting it exit. You are not attached to any of these thoughts that come up. They are finally ready to leave you. So let them leave you. Let them exit your emotional field. Let them exit your soul. Keep writing, keep talking. Once you get to this deep, 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 deep emotional place, your access point is your physical frustrations with what is in front of you, and then you get to the roots of the emotional moments. Don't stop, keep going, because what happens is you get to your true authenticity. What happens after you allow your deep sea to come to the shore is profound autonomous authenticity. That's when you get to say, ah, I have gotten this out of me. Great. Hashtag done and done. Now that I have that out of me, now that I have that space, I get to fill it with what makes me feel autonomously anchored to my correctness. And now we're back to the Fool, and now we're back to meditating again, and now we're back to blissful, harmonious envisions of your own future. You consumed this show for a very specific reason. This show is pop culturally relevant for a very specific reason. The timing of it is apropos. It is not just a show. My name is Paul Flanagan. PaulFlanagan.com. Sensible Paul on the social medias. If you want to do a reading via Zoom, send me a message. Go to PaulFlanagan.com. You can book a boop. If you're in New York, we can do it in person. We can do energy healing in person. We can get some of these emotional traumas out of your energy field if you want support and help doing this. You are so loved. Congratulations on your journey. You are right where you need to be. Goodbye.